Perhaps you've heard that early morning is the best time to watch birds. Does it really matter all that much? If so, how much? I decided to test it out. Welcome. My name is Greg, and I'd like to help you on your birdwatching journey. To test out whether early morning is the best time for birding, I arrived at my local birding patch just before 7 a.m. on July 5th. After birding it thoroughly, I went home. I had lunch and then I came back and birded the exact same route again. The early morning birding was fantastic. I had visited at least once each week since May, so I knew where all the regular birds hung out. I saw the Canada goose family and the fledgling wood ducks. A Virginia rail called from the cattails. A pair of eastern kingbirds were collecting nesting material from the marsh plants. Several families of black-capped chickadees showed themselves. The red-winged blackbirds and common yellowthroats were abundant and singing. A feral pigeon flew over the farm field, a local first record. A singing yellow-breasted chat was also a first for the ponds. A surprise was a pair of greater yellowlegs flying over. Another surprise was a singing red-eyed vireo, along with irregular warbling vireos. I ended the morning with 45 species, one of my higher species totals for this spot, and I tallied 351 individuals. There are many reasons why most birds are more active in the early morning. Birds have high metabolisms. They are very hungry in the morning and want to eat at first light. Insect activity is higher in the morning. That's when the birds want to catch them to eat. Insects usually become more active as it warms, but before the wind blows them around too much, and before it gets hot. In spring and summer, male birds sing from exposed perches at dawn to announce their territory or look for a mate. Songs carry farther in the cool morning air. Those birds that have nestlings are busy carrying food back and forth to their hungry young in the morning. Human background noise is subdued in early morning. By later morning, there is more noisy road traffic, lawnmowers and other equipment, airplanes and foot traffic. Quiet mornings make it easier to hear birds singing or calling or even hopping in the leaf litter. Wind in later morning can make finding food a bit more difficult for birds, thus they get an early start to have more success. Wind makes hearing birdsong more difficult for birds and bird watchers. Wind also makes the leaves move more. It is hard for birders to notice birds moving in the trees when all the foliage is being blown about. After lunch I returned and retraced my steps from morning. There were far fewer birds singing though. The wood duck family was still there, but I didn't see the geese. I didn't see any of the unusual species, only the common ones. There were 2 species in the afternoon that I didn't see in the morning, 3 violet green swallows and a flyover evening grosbeak. My afternoon tally was 26 species and 115 individuals. My afternoon only had 58% of the species, a little more than half as many as morning. And individuals, only 1/3 as many in the afternoon compared to morning. The discrepancy between morning and early afternoon bird numbers is probably greatest in the spring when birds are singing, but the effects of human noise, food availability, and wind still makes mornings far more productive than noon for finding lots of birds, no matter the time of year. I know it is hard to get up early sometimes, but if it is all possible, begin your birding at dawn or soon after sunrise. By 9:30 in the morning, the birds are already less active compared with earlier. If you are doing a full day of bird watching at several locations, then you want to be sure your first stop is in the best birding habitat. That's where you're going to see the most birds for the day. Set your alarm and get to your bird watching destination by sunrise. You'll see a lot more birds if you do. Thank you so much for watching.